Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 13 of What If Naruto was the descendant of Shao Kahn. This is the last part of this What If. If you guys enjoyed this What If, comment down below and let me know. Also check out previous parts of this What If. I have created a playlist for this What If, where you can find all the previous parts. Link is in the description. And go ahead and check out other What Ifs in the channel. Before we start, please do support for more awesome content. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. So let's start this video. Ame was in ruins. The crater where everything and everyone in it were wiped out. There wasn't even a bone or a corpse or a piece of building material left to identify what was once there. What had been there? Who had been there? Well, almost. We need to move quickly, whispered a frightened Konan, as she was carrying Nagato in his weakened state through the trees, and running as fast as she could from the enemy on their heels. My paths are still stalling him, but they will not last long, whispered Nagato, formerly known as Pain, and struggled to focus on his using his paths to fight the enemy. To think that he would go so far in trying to kill us. Only because you refuse to fight your own cousin, remarked Konan while Nagato nodded. My cousin has been bringing peace and order into a war-torn world. Not just ours, but the one his forefather Shao Kahn ruled over. He is doing what I could not in such a short amount of time. If we were to side with Raiden, we would betray my cousin, and betray what we wanted from the start. I wouldn't allow peace to be lost simply because an angry elder god dislikes the method, or the person who uses it, whispered Nagato while he ignored the fact two of his paths just now were destroyed by Raiden overloading them both, after grabbing the bodies, before causing the two to explode with lightning. After the realm of Outworld, Edenia and Earthrealm merged, the angry form of Raiden had appeared on the Akatsuki's doorsteps. The remaining members, never even realizing the elder god had stolen the true, yet secret leader of the organization, to bring back the fourth Hokage, to fight the new emperor of the merged realms. Raiden had demanded Pain's answer to his offer, but the official leader of the Akatsuki responded with a no, and that he would not jeopardize his cousin's path to achieving peace. Raiden had threatened to crush Pain, Konan, and the rest of the Akatsuki at this point, if he refused the offer to kill Naruto. The Akatsuki itself didn't take kindly to the threat, and armed themselves for battle in the belief that elder god or not, they could defeat Raiden, if they successfully worked together. They should have known better to challenge an angry deity who could bring down a blast of lightning, so powerful it would make the Mad Bomber of Iwa green with envy. Konan was able to escape, if just barely, and grab Nagato, while the Uzumaki used his paths to escort them out of Ame before it was violently destroyed. When Raiden sensed both remaining members were still alive, he pursued them, and was now fighting the paths left behind by Nagato. Ame is gone. Yuhiko's body is gone. The Akatsuki is gone. Everything that we have had, since growing up is now gone, remarked Konan sadly. You still have me, Konan. For as long as my body holds out, replied Nagato weakly since his body was getting weaker with each passing day. Your cousin might be able to heal you with his powers. If not, he might know someone who does, offered Konan while Nagato nodded. If we live that long, replied Nagato knowing it was only a matter of time before Raiden caught up to them. Lightning sprayed the skies above, descending around the area around them, hitting the trees, generating intense heat, and starting fires all around them. Some of the lightning almost struck Konan and Nagato, but they managed to get out of the way in time before Raiden appeared in front of the two with his face showing just how angry he was. Before either of the surviving members of the Akatsuki could say or do anything, the elder god blasted them both with lightning. They screamed out in pain from the assault and were being attacked unmercifully by Raiden. You should have taken my offer when you had the chance. Now you two will face only oblivion, stated Raiden angrily, while he kept blasting them with lightning from his hand, and ignored their screams. Sezu, asked Naruto, as he appeared from the shadows, and threw a light spear at Raiden with the projectile hitting the elder god's shoulder. You dare strike me? And elder god, demanded Raiden angrily, while turning his full attention on Naruto. Naruto smirked at him. Of course he dared. It didn't take much to conclude who would have the power to bring back his father to fight him. It also didn't hurt that Jiraiya's spies had told him of the Akatsuki supposedly missing a member around that time. Meaning Raiden had approached the Akatsuki to stop him, but they had ultimately refused to do it for whatever reason. They decided to avoid such a confrontation. Still, the lightning used by Raiden to destroy their HQ in Ame could practically be seen even from Konoha, and Naruto was already headed to Ame in order to finish solidifying his power. The Akatsuki were the only official threat left to his rule, and the elder god now in front of him being the unofficial threat. It burned Raiden immensely that not only was Shao Kahn's legacy in the form of his bloodline was alive and thriving despite his past attempts, but Naruto was able to get around some of the rules made by the elder gods without violating them, and was stronger than ever. Granted, so was Raiden in the process, but by this point, the two powerhouses were near equal in that regard. After Naruto ripped the other half of the Kyuubi from his father into his body, it amplified his power several times over, and the merging of three realms into one just added more to it, just like Shao Kahn, if he had been alive in his place. You may be an elder god, but your time being one has serious impaired your judgment regarding how to protect this realm I now rule. Raiden. Honestly, do you really think your actions will be tolerated after this? Questioned Naruto with his wrath hammer in hand and watched Raiden carefully. And making sure his stealthy operative that was Reptile had successfully taken both of the victims from Raiden's lightning attacks away from the elder god's line of sight. My actions both past and present are what protect Earthrealm from the likes of you and your bloodline, exclaimed Raiden angrily. Really? Is that why you secretly aided in the fall of my clan, when they were attacked during the Second Shinobi War? You think I don't know about that? That I didn't know you did that? All because my side of the family, when compared to the Senju and Uchiha clan, which are also descended from Shao Kahn, was the strongest, and brought out his power, countered Naruto while Raiden frowned since that had been the case with the Elder God. Raiden had indeed instigated the fall of the Uzumaki clan during the Second Shinobi War, because he had seen the potential threat the clan possessed, if allowed to continue flourishing. Originally, he had thought the Uchiha clan would be a problem given how Uchiha Madara and his clan had been causing problems. But that changed when the Senju clan got them to help form Konoha and bring about peace between the warring clans. Later on, Hashirama had defeated Madara, and there was finally an end to what Raiden believed was the heir to Shao Kahn's throne should it become truly vacant. But that changed when the Uzumaki clan made itself truly known to him, and Mito had sealed the Kyuubi within her body. Focusing on the Uzumaki clan following that event, Raiden tracked the clan's ancestry, and was horrified to know they were cousin clan to the other two. Related to the bloodline of Shao Kahn himself just like the Uchiha and Senju clan. The difference the Uzumaki clan had when compared to the other two, were they had been wild, uncontrollable, and were walking powerhouses, not unlike Shao Kahn himself. He alone had nearly brought Earthrealm to her knees when first invading, and it took the entire might of the Elder Gods empowering Raiden to stop him from advancing further in his conquest of the realms. If the Emperor of Outworld ever learned he had a small army of bloodline descendants and claimed them for his own, he would possibly be unstoppable. Not even the rules set forth by Elder Gods of their overall might would be enough to stand against them. So Raiden did what needed to be done. He didn't have to worry about the Senju clan. They embraced a peaceful nature, yet still ready to fight, and weren't by any means aggressive in what they wanted. The Uchiha clan was still a minor annoyance, but without Madara to lead them, the clan itself was weak, and no longer considered a true threat, even if Shao Kahn found out about them. If anything, Shao Kahn would have killed the Senju clan for being the opposite of his beliefs, and the Uchiha clan for being too weak while going on a slow decline since Madara was presumed dead after his fight with Hashirama. The Uzumaki clan, however, was a clan of chaos, strength, power, endurance, and embodied everything Shao Kahn would want to have serving him. Even more so, if and when he learned they were of his bloodline with a possible heir among their ranks to call his own. And sure enough, Raiden was correct when Shao Kahn had made Uzumaki Naruto his heir to the throne, despite Melina having that original claim. Of course, now Melina did not mind the change at all since Naruto was ruling, and she was on good terms with him. Not only that, but she was currently in love with Kimimaro, and had no real ambitions to rule over the realm, when the idea of being a well-connected family member seemed so much better at the moment. She could one day rule if there was, Elder Gods forbid, no heir to Naruto's throne by blood, and given her own royal connection to throne of Edenia, could make it legitimate if Melina tried should such an event take place. With Kimimaro and the Tarkatans by her side, it would at least give the woman the right to challenge any possible contenders to the throne. But as stated before, this was only in the off chance Naruto did not have any children with the many women he was currently with all the time. The clan was getting too powerful. I had to do something, replied Raiden while the lightning around his body flared. You should have left us alone. You had no right to rob me of a family. Who knows what my life might have been if they had lived. You took so much from me. Now I'm going to enjoy taking your life from you, countered Naruto darkly before he hit Raiden with a spiked shoulder tackle, and sent the Elder God through some trees. I see. So you are challenging me, I take it, to mortal combat? Questioned Raiden with Naruto nodding. I am. I challenge you to mortal combat. If I win, the Elder Gods return the Uzumaki clan back to the land of mortals, and they come back alive. Stated Naruto, knowing he should be specific in his terms, since the Elder Gods seem to have a habit of granting requests, but only through their interpretation of it. And if I win this contest, then Earthrealm, Outworld, and Edenia shall be split apart once more with Outworld no longer being allowed to claim either one for any reason, replied Raiden while Naruto nodded. Agreed, said Naruto before lightning and thunder echoed above, though it wasn't from Raiden using his power. It was the Elder Gods. The terms have been reached and they will be honored by both parties. This is a fight to the death. There can only be one victor in this match. Let mortal combat begin, declared the Elder Gods as one. I am going to do what should have been done a long time ago on the night of your birth, Uzumaki Naruto, remarked Raiden with lightning coming out of his hand. And what's that? Asked Naruto curiously. To kill you, Uzumaki Naruto, answered Raiden coldly, while Naruto let out an amused chuckle. As if you could. And is Khan Naruto now? In honor of my forefather, remarked Naruto while readying himself for a fight. The two powerful titans clashed violently against each other. Raiden using his bow staff against Naruto's wrath hammer. Fist to fist. Blow for blow. Shoulder tackle to flying electrical attack. Each giving as the other god. The ground around them reduced ash and destruction. Light spears hit Raiden when his lightning attacks didn't hit Naruto. Each hitting the other hard and leaving no room to breathe or recover. To them, this wasn't just about winning a match of Mortal Kombat, but rather surviving for their own respectful futures, and believing that their own choices were right. You are strong. Stronger than Shao Kahn even, gasped Raiden with a hint of surprise in his voice, while struggling to stand and fight against an almost equally battered Naruto. That's good to know. It will make killing you all the more sweeter when I taste victory, remarked Naruto, who was bleeding heavily, his helmet broken, and thrown off his head after Raiden had butted him in the face when putting the Elder God in a bear hug vice to crush the life out of the man. You will taste only blood and your death when this is over, exclaimed Raiden before firing a blast of lightning at Naruto. Moving out of the way just in time, Naruto charged forward with a crimson glow around his form, and made contact with the stunned Elder God. Pressing his advantage, Naruto jumped high into the air, before using his power to dive downward with his knee, aimed at Raiden's torso to finish him. Raiden rolled out of the way in time before the attack could hit and teleported a safe distance away, before firing a blast of lightning at Naruto. Only this time, the attack hit its mark, and caused Naruto to cry out in pain. I will not lose to you. I cannot afford to lose. I will not lose, cried out Naruto before his entire body was encased in crimson energy, and negated the lightning hitting his body. What? You were weakening. How can you have this much power left? Questioned Raiden in shock, before he was hit once again by Naruto with a charging uppercut. Because unlike you Raiden, I have people who I do cherish. These people I rule over are not just mere subjects who bow before me. They are precious. They are those I love and wish to protect as well as rule over with my power. You have forgotten what it was to care about the mortals of this realm or any of the others for that matter. I fight for those I rule over. I fight for those I love and cherish. You on the other hand fight for nothing, answered Naruto before he was upon a still stunned Raiden, and began to further show why he was emperor of this newly merged realm. When Naruto finally stopped, Raiden had been defeated. Finish him, bellowed the Elder Gods. Elder Gods, why do you forsake me? Whispered Raiden while looking up past Naruto into the heavens in the hopes he would get an answer. Because they see what I do. They see you are not worthy of being an Elder God, said Naruto before thrusting his giant hand into Raiden's chest, followed by the other one, and with a mighty roar he proceeded to rip the Elder God vertically in half. Fatality, declared the Elder Gods. It is done. Now Elder Gods, bring back my clan to the land of mortals. Alive and well, as per the agreement made, declared Naruto to the sky above. Very well. It shall be done, replied the Elder Gods as one, before they set about their task, to carry out the agreement made between the two warriors. With his victory now complete, Naruto's power receded into his body, and he fell to his knees breathing heavily. Slowly, he stood with the help of his loyal subordinate in the form of Reptile revealing himself to the Emperor, and helped the man, while recovering his strength. I saw your match with the Elder God. It was most impressive, my Emperor. Your skills are unmatched by all, commented Reptile with Naruto chuckling. Perhaps. But I will not allow myself to ignorant or arrogant in believing that is the case regarding my skills. Besides, it would be unbefitting of an emperor to grow fat and lazy while sitting on his throne, replied Naruto with Reptile nodding in agreement. Shall I summon Senju Tsunade from Konoha to provide medical treatment upon our return to the capital? Asked Reptile with Naruto nodding. Yes. I need her not only to treat my injuries, but my cousins as well, and that woman he was with. Raiden's lightning attack is quite potent no matter who it hits, replied Naruto while struggling to move. Indeed, commented Reptile since he had been among the many who have had the cruel privilege of being blasted by such power from the Elder God in the past. It was never pleasant. Epilogue. Sometime later. Naruto grinned from his position on the throne. He was happy with his family, his clan now brought back to life, and extended family made thanks to Melina. Thanks to their many intense sessions she had with Kimimaro, the woman found herself pregnant with his child. Something that not only shocked the albino, but made him very happy knowing he had helped create a life. He never even considered the possibility of being a father until Tsunade had personally confirmed Melina was indeed carrying his child. The male Kaguya intended for the child to be one of many they brought into the world under his and Melina's parental guidance. Melina herself was nervous, since she had always been what many would call a wild, and that's putting it lightly, woman, but this news sent a massive wake-up call to her, and to be a responsible woman. Oh, she was still going to be a badass fighter while being a mother at the same time. Of that, there was no question, since she knew there could always be a threat to her children when they grew up. Anyone messed with her babies before they could be properly trained, and Melina would show what a female target and hybrid could do when pissed off. As for Naruto, it shocked the entire Uzumaki clan to be once more alive once again, and to find out one of their own was now emperor of an entire world after it merged with two others. Not only that, but they learned of Konoha's treachery under the third Hokage, along with the subordinates under his command. Naturally, the entire clan wanted blood and justice for the act of betrayal done to them. Fortunately, Konoha was spared being destroyed since Naruto explained to them that he had already got the justice in the form of killing those responsible for it. Not only that, but he managed to get the other shinobi villages secured under his rule to coexist together. They found it to be a very impressive feat. Among those brought back from the Uzumaki clan was Naruto's own mother. Kushina was shocked to not only be brought back, but to see her son had achieved so much, and was an emperor. She somewhat embarrassed herself when dancing around and doing her own little jig of sorts, while rubbing in the fact her son was an actual emperor now. It was even more amusing when Kushina found out her son had quite an abundance of females acting as both his wives and concubines. Many of them were warriors or were skilled in some other way befitting their station, and were not just for show, eye candy, or being a bed warmer for him. The poor red-haired woman's eyes nearly bugged out of their sockets at the sight of Shiva and how she was among his many wives. Kushina fainted at hearing how the female Shokan had been made aware she was pregnant with his child, and the Uzumaki woman was going to be a grandmother. Speaking of the Shokan, they were once more having problems with the Centurions due to the realms being merged, but Naruto put a stop to that. He made their strongest a high general in his army, after they competed in a tournament and tests to find out which one was in fact worthy of the title. However, he stressed upon both races that they would both respect each other, regardless of those in position who he favored. Like his predecessor, Naruto disliked the idea of these two sides fighting, as it reminded him of the history of the Senju and the Uchiha fighting it out for supremacy. Naruto wasn't about to have a repeat of such history during his rule. As for Nagato, he was properly healed thanks to Tsunade, and no longer required he sit in a special chair while commanding the 6 paths with his Rinnegan. Not that he had the 6 paths to pain anymore due to Raiden destroying them all. Still, the proper medical treatment, plus the therapy to restore muscle mass to his body, gave the man a new lease on life, and extending it from what would have ended sooner. Konan was ecstatic to have Nagato back and walking around again, with the two eventually confessing their feelings for each other. Well, Konan did, and it took Nagato a second to process his own words. Mostly because Kushina was watching them and decided to give the moment a little nudge in the right direction. And by little nudge, I mean punching her Nagato in the back of the head, and yelling in his face to tell Konan how he feels or she would do it for him. Needless to say, it got the job done quick, fast, and in a hurry. In any case, the two eventually got married, and settled down in the newly restored Uzu, where Nagato found himself welcomed by other members of the Uzumaki clan. It had made the burden of past pains he suffered much lighter, and even more so, when Konan was pregnant with their child. The child they were going to name Yahiko if it was a boy and Kushina if it was a girl. The fact Kushina had given the couple an angry look if they didn't name the girl after her when talking about baby names had nothing to do with it. Honest. Naruto never saw Raiden again. Well, he knew the man had died during their Mortal Kombat match. He also knew someone like him could always come back given enough time. It was only at a later point did the wind god Fujin appear before him and explain that Raiden had been punished for his transgressions by the elder gods. They felt his actions at Ame were in violation to their decisions, and the defeat during the fight with Naruto gave them the excuse to do it. As such, Raiden was stripped of his elder god status, and like Shinnok was thrown into a prison designed to hold the elemental god for his past crimes. As such, Fujin further explained to Naruto that the elder gods had appointed the wind god himself to be Raiden's replacement, and to ensure Naruto's empire stayed fair yet firm under his rule. Naruto appreciated the sentiment and told Fujin he would look forward to the now appointed elder god's visit in the future, if his presence did in fact warrant one. But overall, things were going well for Naruto. His life was good. He had loved ones, family, peace and order through his empire, loyal subjects who thrived under his rule. After so long, the once puny boy, who was hated, abused, and had next to nothing for years, had finally acquired all his heart desired. With interest, Emperor Khan Naruto would ensure his reign as its emperor, and those of his descendants for years to come, would keep the peace and security of his empire. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want a next part of this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification, and also check out the other videos that I have created and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.